Hello everyone, I'm gonna explain HackerRank SQL Solutions problem names placements. Let's see the problems together. Write a query to output the names of those students whose best friend got offered a higher salary than them. Names must be ordered by the salary amount offered to their best friends. So this is the condition of the ordering. It is guaranteed that no two students got same salary offer. So their salary and their friends' salaries are totally different. So I'm gonna explain it in here. Like for this example, there's students table, friends table, and packages table. The student table contains their student name, and friends table contains their best friend's ID, and packages contains students and friends' salaries. So what we want to do is, I'm gonna write it like this. There is ID, and there is student name. I will write it down correctly to Samantha, 3 Julia, 4 Scarlett. So what we want to do is, I want to write it down. Let me just move it more like in here. I'm gonna write it down, the friend ID in here. Friend ID. Friend ID. I want to write it down in here, and there is friend ID of these students, and there will be a friend salary and student salary. So I'm gonna write it down, student salary like this and friend salary like this. So Ashley's salary is, I'm gonna write it down like this, and 12.12, and friend salary is like this, and like this, and 4 like this, and 1. So this is the total table that I want to do. So as you can see, friend table, friend salary who's higher than their student salary is this one, and this one, and also this one. Not this one. So the correct one we want to find is this one, and this one. So we're gonna order it for the friend salary. So Samantha, Julia, Scarlett, like this. So that's the simple output of this one. That's the whole problem key point. So the main key point is, how are we gonna make the query of these kind of situations? Let me explain on the next slides. So I'm gonna use it first. There's a simple way. I'm gonna use simple way. The simple way is, I'm gonna use it inner join 4 times. That's the simplest way. So what I want to do, I'm gonna connect the ID and friends table's ID together, and I'm gonna connect the ID of the salary and student table, and also I'm gonna connect friend ID and the ID of the packages like this. So I'm gonna use it inner join 4 times. There's also more cleaner way. I'm gonna use it also inner join, but I'm gonna divide it. I'm gonna divide like 2 tables. So the way is more simpler. I'm gonna divide it student salary table and friend salary table, and I'm gonna use in here inner join. Just inner join 1 time, and you can solve it. And more, if we want to clear more, we can use with statement so that the query makes more cleaner. So I'm gonna write the query on the screen. Let's move on together. So let's write a query together. First one, as I explained it, I wanna use inner join 4 times. There's the first simplest way. So what we want to do, I wanna do select from. First, I'm gonna start with students table. Students, be careful for the spellings. student table and I wanna inner join it. So I'm gonna use friends table first. Friends. I'm gonna alias f. So we're gonna use the key on s.id. As you can see, s.id, and I'm gonna use it f.id. And next one, I'm gonna use inner join one more. So the second one is the packages table. So I'm gonna use it now for connecting this one and this one. So we're gonna use student ID and packages ID. So we're gonna use the packages 2 times. So I'm gonna call it P1. So what we want to do is s.id and p.id, p1.id, yeah. And we're gonna inner join one more time. Packages p2. And what we want to do, we're gonna connect friend ID and the packages ID. So what we want to do is f.id and p2.id. Yep. P2 I think friend ID, right? Sorry for that. That friend ID. Friend ID. So we use inner join 4 times and we gonna let's print some columns. So as you can see, I wanna print s.id first. Let's see, and I wanna print s.name too, and I wanna print friend ID will be good. Friend ID will be good, and also I wanna print p1.salary, like student salary, and I want to see p2.salary. So let's see what's the result. So as you can see, for example, Jane has a friend whose ID is 3 and her salary is 13.1. Her salary is 13.1 and her friend's salary is 16.7. So what we want to do is we're gonna filter it where p1.salary is higher than p2.salary. So p2.salary is higher than p1.salary. That's the condition. So we're gonna do it like this. As you can see, the result is good. And we have to order it, order by what we have to order, p2.salary of friend salary. And we have to print it, just the name. So we're gonna delete this one. And we're gonna delete this one. And it's like this. As you see, so sample test case is successful and I'm gonna submit the code. Yeah, because they successfully test the cases. Congratulations. Oh, this is the first way, the simplest way. Use inner join 4 times and it's a little bit complexity and sometimes it's confused. So I'm gonna use it a little bit different way. The second way is I'm gonna divide it student table, and I'm gonna divide it to friend table. I'm gonna use the full name student table. I'm gonna use friend table. So I'm gonna use it and inner join it, use inner join 1 times. Let's see how we gonna do. Actually, it also use inner join, but it's more like organized and clean. So first of all, we're gonna select student table first and their salary. For example, we're gonna see students. Is that students? Yeah, students table. We call it as. And inner join. We're gonna inner join of the packages table. Packages p on s.id and p.id. And I'm gonna print it of their salary. So I'm gonna print it s.id and I'm gonna print s.name and I'm gonna print p.salary. Let's see what the student tables results first. So as you can see, you can see the student ID and student name and student's salary. So I'm gonna annotate, comment it like this. And we divide it. Now we see the friend table. So I'm gonna see friend table, friends, f. So also I'm gonna inner join it packages p, but PID, we gonna join it friend ID and their salary. So I'm gonna f dot friend ID and yeah, p dot ID. So I wanna print it f dot ID. Also I wanna print it their salary, no, their name, their maybe friend ID. I'm gonna print it maybe friend ID, friend f dot friend ID, and I'm gonna print it their also salary. Let's see the results comes on the right way. So this is the student ID and the friend ID, and this is their friend salary. So what I wanted to do, so this one, like this one is student salary and this is friend salary. So we're gonna just use, we're gonna combine together. How are we gonna combine? We're gonna use subquery. So we're gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna call this table, yep, student table, maybe student salary table, student table first, and I'm gonna inner join it this table, the friends table. Also I'm gonna use subquery, and I'm gonna call it friends table. Yeah, that's more simple here. And I'm gonna join it used st.id and ft.id. I'm gonna join it and let's print it first, maybe. Wait, maybe we can let's print like this, st.name, and let's print ft dot friend ID, and I want to print st.salary, and I want to print ft.salary like this. So let's see the result first. So as you can see, also the same, like Jane and their friend's ID and Jane's salary and friend's salary. So also you can use it as the same way. You can use the where st.salary is high, ft.salary is higher than st salary, and you have to order it by the, wait a second, the mouse is wrong. You have to order it by the friend's salary like this, and you have to print only the name like this. Yeah, so this is the query. Let me run it. Wait a second, maybe something wrong. Where st salary? Maybe I typed it wrong, sorry. Yep, so this is the result. The test case is success, and let me submit the code. Yeah, it's successful. Also, congratulations. It's also they used inner join 4 times, like, but the thing is, the good one is we divide it into tables, and we inner join it only 1 time, so it's more like I felt organized. So the third way, this is the second way. So third way, it's more similar, but I'm gonna use with statement, and more I wanna organized. So what we can do, it's really simple. So what we can do is, I'm gonna use with statement. I'm gonna call it this table also st as, and I'm gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna also use this table, and I'm gonna call it also friend t as like this. So like this, and I'm gonna also join, you have to join it from st. I'm gonna use inner join it ft on st.id, and ft.id. I can use it like this, and let me print it. Also the st.name, ft.friend id, st.salary, ft.salary, like this. So you can see the result like the same as you can see the Jane as I explained it. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna print more in here. So the thing is, after all, it's the same. So where ft.salary is higher than ft.salary is higher than st.salary, and I'm gonna order by ft.salary. So yeah, I'm gonna print it only the name like this. Yeah, the result is same, and test case is successful. Congratulations. But this way is more like organized, use with statement and divided into table. I think that's the main key point of this problem. So I'm gonna explain the key point of this explanation, and I'm gonna finish it. Let's move on to the key point section. So the key point of this problem is really simple. So how we gonna make the query? It is not that hard, but the thing is a little bit confused was there were so many inner joins. So we used inner join. How are we gonna connect the table? So I used inner join 4 times. So that's the simplest way. And the second one, we divided in 2 tables. The first one was the second thinking is dividing 2 tables. So first one was a student table, that is they have a salary, student table, and second one was a friend table. We divided and we combined it, use inner join, and we used a with statement that makes more query organized. Yeah, that's the whole point of this section, and thank you for listening my explanation.